I should mute here. A little bit worried about the double mic in Jitsi and on this platform. So I hope it works. Cool. Gertan, will you do the intro? I think we are already live. Hello. We are already getting chat from YouTube. I can. Yeah, all of you.
Okay.
Okay. Can you hear me over here? We can.
You have a nice echo everywhere.
I guess I have to disconnect, right?
You have to mute the other tab.
Okay, done. So I would start. Gertan, will you give us a little intro, or should I do it? I leave it to you.
Guys and gals, welcome to the Open Source Community meeting. This time we're talking about the new OpenSUSE Leap 15.6 beta. Let me hand it over to Lobos.
Hello. So we are successfully hijacking over the usual Thursday weekly meeting. So everybody who's expecting that we will do the usual marketing things, this will be a little bit different. For today, we've prepared a bug day. So, just grab the install images or upgrade your existing Leap systems. And let's actually make sure that the stuff that usually works for you works in 15.6 as well. We've prepared some pages that can actually help you to get the images and get you the overall idea about how stable or unstable the beta is. So I think that it would be actually useful to send links to the chat as well. So the page that I think that everybody should have is now in YouTube chat. It's the bug day. From there, you can actually see what you need to get started. So you will need a Bugzilla account. Absolutely. So if you don't have one, please do that. It should be a few minutes of your time. And then you can actually move to the bug day section of the document, specifically for the 15.6 beta. So as you may know, we've released Leap 15.6 beta build today. You can already get it from getopenSUSE.org. Go to getopenSUSE.org testing, you will already see it. You can download it. Be careful that you actually download the image for your architecture, unlike me yesterday. So if you happen to yeah, I did. I did actually get the ARM image, and then I was wondering why doesn't it put, yeah, so save yourself 5 minutes of your life and get the right one for the right architecture. So the appliance images, they're not in the best shape, so some of them will not work, but that would be the alternative downloads. But everything on this page is expecting to be working. Okay, good. So once you get the image, write it to the USB drive, SD card, if you are doing ARM, for example, Raspberry Pi, whatever you are used to. And as you download, I highly recommend to go here. So this is already, I will call it dashboard. Really, it's a dashboard which shows you the overall quality about 15.6 beta, the existing bugs that people reported. If you report a new bug, please go. Again, you need a login. Make sure you are logged in. Click edit, and you can actually add your issues to the table. It should be writable by everyone. Okay. So this is really about collaboration. It's not about one person hoarding everything. We'll be happy to hear what doesn't work for you, and just making sure that we can fix it until GA, which should be somewhere in early June this year. So the largest changes, the most visible will be the GNOME, because we have GNOME 45, and you can see that there is already a set of issues. So mostly caused by not full transition to 45, because we still have some 41 components. Mostly mostly blocked by the upstream glib update, which is one of the link bugs. That should be accepted somewhere next week. So issues related to this will go away. And that's actually great news. On the KDE side, we still have the latest LTS, LTS Plasma 527, if I'm correct. And don't expect that we will have 6. 6 is not like the ground for Leap. We really want to deliver the latest LTS version of anything that we ship. And I would say this is a match for Leap. You can expect the latest, greatest in Tumbleweed, but Leap is really about longevity, making sure that you have supported version for as long as possible. Good. So there, we still lack issues here. So we need some more testing. And once you find issue, just click at it, and you can actually replace it. Add your nickname, link to the bug, maybe a potential workaround if you have one, just like I did it in the section for GNOME. And that's basically the tools that we'll be using. So your hardware or VM, this page, our Bugzilla, and your time to actually get it installed. And with that, I feel like I can also run installation on some of the hardware that I have on the table. I have one PaintBook here. I have one Tuxedo Infinity book, I think that's the name. Yeah, and my Travel Lenovo. So let me maybe stop screen sharing and point it on the devices and answer any questions on the way. Do we have anything in the chat? Also, I would keep the live stream for half an hour, and then I would move to the usual meeting or the bar where we can just chat in Jitsi. Everybody's welcome to join.
Yeah.
There is nothing in the chat so far.
Yeah, we'll be here just in case that somebody pops up. I can maybe screen share on how to report bug if you didn't do it ever. I found that Gnome-Boxes doesn't start up on 15.6 if you install it, so I think that would be a nice candidate.
The thing I just asked you, I didn't have to do that on Tumbleweed.
What do you mean?
Installing the OpenSUSE repos to use the CDN.
You can do that too, absolutely.
Yeah, but I did it, and I lost all the repos.
ZipperFS.
Yeah, you told me. I wasn't aware of that because I didn't.
That will happen anyway. That will happen automatically, I think, like on the next Zipper startup. So it's not such a big tragedy if it's like temporarily disappears, because the Zipper triggers refresh automatically anyway. Yes. So let me just remind people what was the issue. So maybe actually it's a candidate for a bug, Gertjan, that you would expect that if you install package that the services are, and repositories linked to these services are present on the system immediately, not after the next refresh. It's a fair point, and I can tell you what will be the problem. So you can't really call Zipper from deployment done by Zipper, because that creates a lock. There is a lock, and you can't really run Zipper if and operate on repos if there is installation in progress. So the solution would be, I know that because we were trying to solve that, and the solution could be one of service in systemd, which could trigger immediately after something like that, or you just wait for next execution of Zipper. If you check the spec file, I have the link to the bug.
Yeah. I simply don't get it. Why this happened on did not happen on Tumbleweed. I installed the OpenSUSE repos /Tumbleweed, and it switched to the immediately. And I could see the repos that were affected by it, by the change URL. And this didn't happen. Maybe it's a bug.
Make a bug. Like, I know why, I guess, but it would be nice to get some highlight on it. And we have actually some chat, like I see Robert. Robert, by the way, if anybody wants to be invited to the live stream, we can absolutely do that. We have capacity. Just let me know in the chat if you want to be part of the discussion. We will be happy to have you.
Where do you see the message? in YouTube?
Yes, on YouTube, and I see it. I guess I can show you how it looks like. That would be maybe quite interesting for some. Share screen, and I will do entire screen. So I have the studio view, and I can see actually comments from YouTube here. So, and I've mentioned that we found some bugs. So, Gerten, actually, you can do the OpenSUSE repos bug. I will be really happy for that because that will be owned by me, and
Yeah,
you could probably put it. Yeah, you could put it here.
My habit is that I want it to be reproducible. So
No.
tomorrow I will run a new install, do exactly the same.
Yeah.
Then
Good.
if it's a bug, then I.
Meanwhile, so yeah, workaround would be this one, right?
Yep.
That will first refresh the services,
Yep.
and it's worth mentioning because it can surprise users. So let's actually go to some bugs that I've noticed as I was actually playing with my first installed Leap 15.6 beta, and I've noticed that if you install GNOME boxes from RPM, part of the distribution, it actually fails. So it seems like we are, again, I really blame the unfinished GNOME 45 upgrade, which is still pending on the SUSE Linux Enterprise side.
Yeah.
So let's make it easy. We have the error message, right? We have a core dump. I don't think it's necessary because this is so easy to reproduce that shouldn't be an issue for developers. So where we'll be, we are actually on the known bugs link or site. Let me post it to the chat again so everybody's on the same page here. And we would be adding this to the containers and virtualization because GNOME Boxes is a user-friendly tool for running VMs, right? So let's report the bug. Actually, if you don't know how to do it, there is a little shortcut on the top of the page. You can go to bug reporting guide, which is very nice and extensive document, or you can use the shortcut or click here, both works. And just hit new.
Lush, I have a question about all the submit requests for Leap, no, not for Leap, for SLE 15.6 GA.
I will have to process them. It's the accepted ones, the many, I think, I will say good like 70% needs to be cleaned up by Autobell. I don't have permissions to do any sort of sync of states. They literally have to like get rid of them, and the pending one needs to be processed. And I can tell you that SLES doesn't accept anything at the moment until they publish beta, and then there will be again because the SLES 15SP6 public beta I think is about to be published, not published yet. I've seen them writing the announcement today in the afternoon. So I guess that will unblock some of the efforts on their side. But yes, they have to be processed. I fully agree. So let's go to components. So we have unlike in Fedora, for example, where Fedora has a matching SRPM for every single package. So if you would be reporting bug for GNOME boxes, you would just look for GNOME boxes in components. We actually have like high-level components. So this would fall under virtualization. I would say tools. Yes, basically. And we can say GNOME, Leap 15.6 or just GNOME boxes. Sorry, wrong clipboard. Crash. And the nice thing is that you can actually get some hints from Bugzilla if there's some similar issue reported. I highly recommend to pay attention to that. Also, before you open bugs, always check the known issues. So you do not open a bug that was opened by somebody else already. That just takes time of you. You have to get the logs and so on. Maybe somebody already did it, and an engineer also has to close the bug as duplicate. So let's make sure that we do not cause more work than necessary to actually get the issue resolved, okay? Okay, maybe we can just this. And you would probably want to write, I need to just minimize the window, right? Didn't I? Yeah. By the way, can you confirm that you can see my screen? Because I don't see. Yeah, it seems to be visible.
Yes, it's visible.
I will write, hello, this issue was reported as part of Leap 15.6 bug day on a freshly installed Leap 15.6 system. And you can do reproduce, Zipra, install GNOME boxes, and you have this, right? So some of the teams, actually, if you would go to the bug day page and then, or the known issues, even better, some of the teams actually have a preferred way how to report bugs. I believe, Vert team isn't one, but if you would go, for example, to Yast, an installation, then there is a very nice guide about how to install Yast issues. And they actually tell you, hey, we need Yast logs, and you can just run this and attach it to the bug. And if you don't do that, like the first thing that the person that will actually look at the issue will do is he will write you to provide these logs. And you will have to wait for him actually to look at the bug. Then he will have to wait for you to actually notice the command and upload the logs. If you do this in, before we actually open the bug or as part of opening, you can save yourself a few days of work or waiting. So make sure that if you actually report issue against one of these sections that we've already defined, that you look up if the team has specific requirement for certain logs and so on. And they will be also happy to, work on issues which have all the information they need. I suppose this will be partial upgrade to 45. And I can mention that it seems suspiciously close to the entire varsity no issues here. And yes, this one, depending upstream update to bug. And you can do this reference in this way. And submit bug. So we have 15.6. Please, right here, you can set severity. That's fine. That means like the impact, like if you feel like 80% of the users will hit the bug, I would even consider like major critical. I will leave it on normal because the team that actually does the triage of bugs, they would set the severity and most importantly, the priority. And please do not set priority for issues. I want to do that too, especially on community components. This one is handled on SUSE side, so I could potentially do it, but it's better if the project manager for a given subsystem does it, because unset priority tells him, hey, you have not seen this bug. And if you set it, he may skip it, and it may be lost for a while. So I've reported the bug, and now, just like you would do, I will find the matching section, which is the virt. I will hit edit. And maybe I can just do it like that. And I will leave the other field for others. So I will just do a new line in HTML and do the same. And this is the name, so I'll copy it. Good. But I believe we should actually have it here. Otherwise it will mess up. Yeah, like that. show preview just to see that I didn't break the table. And we did break the table.
Lubos, one
Yeah.
question. So far from the from what you have seen in these years doing Leap, do you think that when we are working with the automation testing, is there something else we can try out in terms of how we are testing Leap?
In automation?
Yeah.
So I would say that one thing, let me keep this open. So our automation efforts are happening here. Let me go to StreamYard and YouTube. I think, so for everybody on the YouTube, I'm really sorry, we don't have like the enterprise license for this tool, and we can only do 720p. I will be sending links, so you can follow me directly on the wiki, on the tool, and so you can read the text by yourself, okay? No need to actually look at what I write, because you have all of these tools available. It's all public. So you can go there yourself. You can zoom as much as you need to. I hope that it works for you, Jacqueline and Natasha. Ora, yes. So you can actually use boxes from Flatpak. And that will actually be workaround that I want to mention in the wiki page. If you really need to use boxes, temporarily use Flatpak. It has a downside, because, for example, if you would like to play with, I don't know, ignition combustion, which requires plugging USB device, with label ignition as part of the boot process, you cannot do it with Flatpak version of GNOME boxes, because you will not have access to USB redirection. And so Work Manager would have some workarounds on how to do that, but unfortunately in GNOME boxes, this is the only way. And you cannot use some other functionality. But if you just want to run VM, have a screen share, be able to copy paste text, absolutely use the Flatpak version. It works just fine. I'm using it myself as well. So I have, if you would look for GNOME boxes, just boxes, I guess. I can open software, I believe. I actually have installed both. So you can see, if I look for boxes, right. And I have also the Flatpak version installed. Good questions, good questions. So back to automation that Santi is asking. So if you would go to Leap 15 and our test suite, so this is all the test results, by the way, that we have. It's quite nice. I really like it. Every morning when I actually start, I just go to the OpenQA. I check whether the build, the recent build actually already made it here. We have a commitment to do more or less one build a week, unless we have, like, for example, here you see that there was nothing for 20 days. We've had a little issue with S390X, so we were not able to land the build for a longer time, because we had like 6 builders reworking 6,000 packages. But otherwise, the normal pace would be about one build a week. And this is the case here. So I would go here, I would check what failed. You can already see if the quality is going up or down. So here we are slightly up. You may have different issues failing. That's important. And then me as a release manager, I have to go through every single issue, make sure that there is an issue linked and say whether it's okay or not okay to publish the build. And if you're asking if we can do something more on the automation side, I think that the Tumbleweed test suites are much more extensive, right? And sometimes, on the other hand, we are actually running tests which are no longer present on Tumbleweed. So maybe keeping these two a little bit more in sync would help, because I feel like we have much more failed test cases than on the Tumbleweed test suite. Maybe because Tumbleweed doesn't test ZFS anymore, for example, stuff like that. So I don't know. I would say in some cases we test less, and sometimes we test stuff that I think that we don't have to test. But it's difficult, because even on the build, which looks perfectly okay here, and we haven't had such a nice build, in a time, like you can see that we have the biggest amount of past. You still have issues like no boxes won't start, right?
Yeah. But I actually think that I'm not even sure if we have a test case for non-boxes yet.
Probably not. I think that the preferred tool is Work Manager, actually.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, correct.
But that's bad because Red Hat doesn't want to support it anymore. Or develop, sorry. So,
I see.
Yeah. Tricky. Let me go back to the, I think, wiki, which we had opened, right? And I think that I broke like table formatting, so let's fix it. So yes, we have one issue here, and then right here, I think we should have the other issue, right? Okay, let me see if I can fix it without the, right, yeah, it's fixed. So just don't do new line report, I guess new line breaks. Let me double check if yes, okay. So not sure what was going wrong. Good. So, and everybody's encouraged to GNOME boxes here, right? We wanted to actually mention a workaround for GNOME boxes. GNOME boxes. Please use 8.5 version until it's resolved, right? So this is a workaround that we recommend, so people can continue using the tools that they like. And one thing that I wanted to mention, which I think is not clear to new users and maybe to existing users too. So the Leap, since Leap 15.3 is actually built on top of binary packages from SUSE Linux Enterprise. The goal was, hey, if you have Leap, migration to SLES, just should be a matter of swiping like credit card and you suddenly get support. And the closest to it was that we would just, replace few branding packages. I think it sums up to something like 200 on the default installation, which is, and it's little packages. It's not like you are installing a large package. It's literally just branding. That really sums up to maybe 2 to 5 minutes, depends on your disk speed. And that has some, impact on how we need to report bugs. So if we would be, GNOME boxes actually, I believe, is inherited from, we can check that very easily, from SLES. So I would go to OBS real quick. You can also check the signature key on the RPM, but I think people will like this one more. You can look for OpenSUSE Leap 15.6 in our case, right? So you go to the project, and if you really, I'm here to help, right? So even if you report the bug under Leap and it's a sleep package, I will shovel it on the other side. But if you would like to understand and have some insight, you can actually look for GNOME boxes. So this is the package that would be directly in the project. Given the structure, there will be not many. You want to go to inherited, and you see either backports, which is the community packages, which means that we've opened the bug correctly. It's under OpenSUSE distribution Leap, and it's a community package. But if this would be like Work Manager, you would actually see that Work Manager is inherited from SLES. So if I would be reporting bug against Work Manager coming from SLES, we would have to actually choose different product. It would be the public SUSE Linux Enterprise, one of these. And I'm here to help, so you don't have to worry about that. But if you want to do it super duper correctly, you can do that if you are sure that this is a SLES package. This is the nature of complexity of how we make it, how we build it. But it makes sense if you think about it. Good. So we've reported some bugs. We've edited the known issues. Let me check if we have some questions. I'll stop screen sharing for a second.
I'm monitoring the chat in YouTube. So if there is any question, I will.
Yeah. Any questions? Like also, we are looking for volunteers that would help us actually to put OpenQA in a better shape. We have quite some issues in the backlog. Santi would for sure, use some extra hands.
I would I will absolutely love the help.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I really want to work on in the upcoming months is also improving or rather reducing the bar on how to get started with OpenQA, and also transfer the knowledge of how do we do the testing, um, and to make it public, because we don't have state secrets. So basically, all of our testing that we do for SLES is already public. So,
Right.
and actually, one thing that I wanted to mention is that internally we also test every SLE update is being tested also over LEAP. So
Yes. Yes.
if we find a problem there, we will need to fix it before shipping it also for LEAP. And this is one of the things that is like really important.
Yes.
But if you want to do OpenQA, I'm here. Like, just ask.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, we need more people on the department. We also need more people on the OpenSUSE maintenance side. We actually have some successes. It used to be just Marcus. Now we have Robert for all as well, which is like, for me, that's 100% improvement. I have now 2
Yes.
people who are willing to help. That sounds awesome. So I'm really happy that Robert is helping. And yeah. So do we have any questions? I don't see anybody asking. So I think that we've done the half an hour. I would be fine with closing the session with pointer to the weekly meeting or bar, whatever people prefer at the moment. I think that we are still in the time that the meeting would be valid. And we can have very free discussion, so here we have limited amount of people, but in that room, which wouldn't be streamed, like we can discuss whatever we want and no limits. Cool. So thank you very much for attending. Make sure, let me screen share it again, make sure that you actually download the right image. I am saying it because I learned it the hard way recently. And tell us about what works for you, what doesn't. If you feel like you have an issue which is not getting attention, reach out to me. If you go actually to the known bugs page, you can click on my link, Alkotsman, and I believe I have email in there. No? Yes. Just message me, hey Lubos, I have this bug here for a month, nobody's looking into it, and we will see what's the issue. Maybe it will be some missing information that was requested and the comment was ignored, or maybe the person is on vacation, could be many different problems. So again, screen sharing, make sure to go to getopenSUSE.org. Even if you go directly there, getting LEAP is really easy. You see it right there. Click on download, and then make sure that you choose Intel, ARM, or S39TX if you have mainframe in your garage. And yeah, go for offline image. Appliance images will be here shortly as well. If there is some specific image that you need, you can always go to download OpenSUSE.org, and from their distribution, LEAP 15.6 ISO, and you can actually go for all the images. Even, it's the superset of what's actually listed on the get-OpenSUSE.org. It would be appliances for, I don't know, KVM, Zen, and so on. Good. Then thank you very much.
So what do? We move to meeting?
We move to meeting. I will screen share. Sorry, I will post the link. Here we go. I will stop screen sharing. See you all at meeting. Also, feel free to randomly stop at bar. See if somebody is online. Okay, thanks for attending. Good. And I'm ending the stream. See you in the meeting. Bye-bye.